Hello friends and enemies! Welcome to the Summerween vlog. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take my AirPod out so I can like hear myself. I'm so excited. I am beyond excited right now. Okay, so first things first. What a busy first day of Summerween. I had the manga live and I just got notes together for Sunday's video. Like we're motoring around today getting stuff done. And that's okay, you know? These days happen. But I am back and I'm reading, and I already started a book. Like I immediately started a book this morning because I was like, I want to start this off strong. And that book is You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I'm already 12% in. I'm listening to it at like 2.5-ish, which is working for me with these narrators, which means I only have like 2-ish hours left. Something like that. I don't know. I have 5.5 hours left, like regular speed, but I'm just one chapter in. Like it's a very short read and I'm already really intrigued at the setup. I like the idea of this book as far as it being around a camp, like a location that you go to like reenact a horror movie, even as like not a horror girl. So the main character, our female main character, is black, and she talks about like how, you know, she's not supposed to be the one that lives anyways, and she gets to play the final girl, so that's really fun. I just am really enjoying it already. I think it's very cute. I think we're getting like a really good sense of place, I guess is what I would say, in the first chapter and a half that I've listened to, and I appreciate that. So I'm gonna be listening to that today, the rest of the day, and then I'll come back and talk to you about it more later. And then I don't know what ebook I'm gonna read. Honestly, I might not start on my ebooks for a minute or two. So, okay, here's an interesting thing. I don't like to support Rainbow Rowell anymore. I do have like a book on my shelves of a series of hers that I really loved, but things have come forward, things have come out. I'm just not comfortable buying her books, especially firsthand. So I did pick up Pumpkinheads to read secondhand though, because I feel less bad about buying a book secondhand. I was gonna get it from the library, but I couldn't find it digitally, and I haven't had time to like go get my in-person card. I need to do that. I need to get an in-person card. Anyways, I found it used and pretty cheap, so I did pick that up, and that is gonna be one of the graphic novels I read during Summerween because I've wanted to try this book. I think it sounded really cute, but like I said, I was really torn on the idea of buying it physically in any way, putting money in her pocket. So that is a way in which I'm approaching this. Hopefully that makes sense to people. I know, you know, it can be a hard thing when you're kind of curious about a work and you don't want to support an author like monetarily necessarily the same way you would normally. So that's what we're doing. I am gonna pop my cover off of my Kindle here and swap in some Summerween stickers. So we'll do that, and then, you know, just keep listening to You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and I'll be back to talk to y'all very soon.
Somehow I just never learned. In the back of the schoolyard, where we used to play hide and seek,
Hello. So today we did a little Halloween hunting. No luck. There was barely anything, as you saw. Explored a part of eastern Nashville that we've not been to yet. We're trying to do that more, get out a little bit, check out some places. I have a migraine. Yay. We just had a big storm roll through, and I think I didn't drink enough water because of the heat. So go me. Go me. I'm about to throw my hair up in a clip, I think, and sit on the couch and try and read something with my eyeballs, maybe. Might just fall asleep. We'll see, but I just want to give you an update. It's Saturday. Pretty chill day overall. got the pajamas. We are going book shopping tomorrow at Barnes & Noble because of their triple point promo happening right now. And you know what I need more of? Definitely books. Definitely books. I definitely need more books. Oh, and I got my cart, my little new 3-tier cart, which I got for the sole purpose of snacks and maybe a manga TBR shelf for my 24-hour readathon. So that'll be nice later this month. I'm very excited about it. But I'm gonna put my moo on and get comfy, and I'll talk to y'all either later tonight in my pajamas or in the morning. Hello, friends and enemies. I am in my summer Halloween sweatshirt again, but here's the deal. I have not read anything since Friday. So today's goals are, 1, to tackle my bedroom, which is driving me up a wall. It is so messy. And listen, I feel like the ADHD doesn't show always in my main living spaces, but like there are certain rooms in my house in which I feel like it's just an explosion. So step 1, we're going to clean the bedroom. Ignore the order of the clips of the cleaning is all I have to say to you, because some things may not make sense to you, and that's fine. They don't have to. It's my house. But also, I just, like, my floors are driving me up mad. Like, so I'm probably going to end up, like, mopping and doing floors before I clean other surfaces. It's fine. Just don't worry about it, because I'll end up going back and doing floors again, because sometimes that's just what you have to do to make the brain juice go with the ADHD. Yeah, so I'm going to be listening to that Kaylin Barron book, this one. I'm not supposed to die. I don't remember the title on my phone's charging. Anyways, this one. I also have to listen to Radiant Sin, which is not for Summerween, so gonna listen to that too. I'm gonna like switch back and forth. So I'm gonna start Radiant Sin and then come back through with the other book. But I should finish both of those today, which is a relief to say the least. So we'll see. But yeah, let's freaking clean and tidy, because I am in a mood today. And that just means I'm going to clean and use that energy elsewhere. That's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see how this goes.
We were departed from the start. Nostalgia is my second nature. My least favorite state of mind. But I go there all the time. All the time. Oh, how you wearing me? I only miss it when it's gone.
So I finished You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I was almost done with it, and then my brother called, so I had to talk to him, because that's what we do. But I don't want to tell you a ton about this book. I stand by everything I've already said about this book, which is basically it is a YA thriller horror situation. They're horror nerds running a camp for people who like a certain horror movie. Very like, oh my god, it's like the classic horror movies from the 80s. I've never watched them because I'm a baby, but this worked for me really well because it was not too scary. But yeah, so it's them running this camp, and they're teens running the camp. Like, she's like 17, and lo and behold, there is a killer on the loose. That's all you need to know. Or they think there's someone on the loose. That's all you need to know. This was so good. It's so short, and in a good way. Like, it is very succinct and to the point, and it just keeps moving. I wanted to finish it last night, but I knew I didn't want to have nightmares either, so we held off for a hot minute and finished it this afternoon. But obsessed, absolutely obsessed with this book. I might put it on my shelves. Like, that's how much I liked it. I already like texted my mom. I was like, hey, you need to go listen to this from the library. You're gonna love it. Like, it is right up Mama Happy's alley. So it was really good. Really, really good. Content warnings. I'm gonna say murder, violence, anything you might expect from a book like this where they're at a camp. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on. But yeah, I loved it. I also started last night. I think this is gonna be my nighttime book. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. This I'm really enjoying so far. I'm very intrigued by the world. I'm very curious about the world. I'm not super far in. I do have an audio arc from Libro FM for this one. I'm a total of 10% in. So I don't, like I said, have a ton of extensive thoughts, but I do like the characters so far. I'm very intrigued. Like I said, I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I do love the like rivalry, distaste for each other situation we already have going in. I don't know that it's full like enemies, but they definitely don't like each other. So I always enjoy that part too. So yeah, I'm liking it a lot right now. I am very excited though. Like we're moving along. I feel like I'm finally reading stuff and finishing things. So hopefully, I mean, we only have 2 more days of the readathon left. So hopefully I can finish 2 more books before then. I do have Pumpkinheads as a graphic novel that I got used at Second and Charles. I think I said half price earlier. I found it at Second and Charles used. So I'd like to read that and then I'll like trade it back into McKay's. I don't think it's a book I want to keep. I've just always been kind of curious about it and it's not on my Hoopla. So that was the best way I could read it without supporting the author financially. I think that's it right now. I'll be back to talk to y'all very soon though. When I read some more, I've got to like go do other stuff. I do have to edit tonight and I have podcasts and I have a lot going on. It's a busy week for Summerween, but it's fine. I'm excited to still be reading some of these scary books. So I think I am going to start the Geneva Rose thriller I got from Libro FM in the morning as well. Like I said, my plan is to try and finish Heart and Mercy tonight and tomorrow night. And then like I want to spend Thursday getting this vlog together basically and probably not reading a ton. I'll probably be editing and filming a lot Thursday, but we'll see. All right, I'll be back to talk to y'all very soon.
I just wait for my black swan. Always in the dark. You can't call us. Always with a smile. I wish I could forget. We run it party from the start. Nostalgia is my second nature. My least favorite state of mind, but I go there all the time. All the time. Oh, I go there all the time.
Hello. I am cleaning the kitchen now. We've done the counter I'm on, which is like the bar counter area, whatever thing. The counter behind it where my current coffee maker is, that's changing soon. I've got to call support for the other one to get it fixed. I started You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose, and I'm already 41% in, and we'll be done with it tonight. I'm really enjoying this. I'm not a thriller person who always tries to solve the mystery. I kind of like think about it some while I'm listening, but I'm not like trying to figure it out. So keep that in mind as I talk about this book. But I have some theories, I have some thoughts, I have some opinions so far, of course, and I'm curious to see where it's going. Right now, I just think it's really interesting. Our heroine, or a female main character, I don't even know if she's a heroine, goes out to Wyoming to stay at this ranch, and our male main character runs the ranch and has lost a bunch of people, and it's kind of suspicious. There's kind of weirdness going on. So I'm just really curious to see what happens, to be honest, and how all of that plays out at the end of the day, because it's just kind of creepy. It's kind of got like romancy vibes, but again, it's not a romance. It is a thriller. This is not going to end in a happily ever after. But I do think Geneva's writing is really good. I've not, it's like engaging, if that makes sense. I've not read her before because I'm not the biggest Coho fan, and she's endorsed by Coho often, and like they're buds, I think, or something. It's weird. I'm not sure. But either way, I just haven't read her because of that partially, and I got the arc through Libro FM and thought it's time to give her a try. So here we are, giving her a try. Like I said, I'm just curious now. I need to see where this goes. If I like it, I would definitely try some of her other books and see what I think of them. But so far, this has been a pretty fun thriller, and it's kind of slow in a way, but like it's slow in the way where like it's building up some tension and horror-y bits, if that makes sense. So I'll be back. We're going to keep cleaning.
All the time.
Okay, so I just finished You Shouldn't Have Come Here. I did not see the twist. Listen, I knew one of the things, right? The second one I didn't realize was coming, and I liked it quite a bit. I think if it weren't for the Colleen Hoover thing, this might have been a 5-star, but I think we're at like maybe a 3.5. Some of the writing, some of the human stuff is a little weird, and I think the audio, because of how he kept saying her name Grace into sentences weirdly, it suffered a little. So maybe 3.5, not a 4. So I think maybe if I had read it, it would have been a 4 to 4.5. But I still enjoyed it for the most part. I think it was a fun time. A little jarring listening to narrators I'm very used to in romance in a thriller. That was interesting, but I liked it for the most part. I think it was a fun one. Like I said, I would be willing to try her other books now. Let me put it that way. I've just always been put off by her like connection to Colleen Hoover and her marketing. That's my best friends. Her marketing was interesting as well for this book, so we'll see what I think. It's the last day of Summerween, and I've not read a ton, and I don't feel great about that, but like I'm happy with what I've read also. But what I'm doing is I think I'm going to finish The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy today during the day, and then I'm going to read Pumpkinhead tonight because I'm just, again, don't like Rainbow Rowell necessarily. I'm just really curious about this book. A lot of people love it. A lot of people I know don't like it. I'm just like, I'm a curious person and I want to find out for myself what I think of it. But I'm about to run and get some free fries from McDonald's because it's not International French Fry Day, and a Diet Coke. And then I'm going to the Dollar Tree to get some drink packets. And then I'm going to be home and finishing that book up. I also am like probably going to work on tidying the kitchen table area more because I did the kitchen yesterday. We'll see. The next like 2+ weeks of vlogs are going to be me just deep cleaning the house because I have found the will somehow. I don't know if it's what it is, but I found the will. So we're doing it. We're going to lean in as long as I can. But also because I've started, I have to finish is a thing I do. Like I don't have to finish it all in one day. But like my ADHD brain is like, no, you started that thing, you have to do that thing. So there's that. But yeah, we're gonna go run some errands. I'll talk to y'all soon.
There was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
I finished The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. We have a Millie here. Oh, my sweet girl. Okay. We did listen to it together a lot, but I finished that a little earlier this evening, and then I had we did an escape room virtually, and it was really fun. So I wanted to update you before that, but I finished the book like as we were getting on the escape room. So there's that. I'm really torn. I'm currently sitting, I think, at a 3.5 for this book. So it's not because I don't like it though. Don't take it as like you didn't like this book. No, I did actually really like this book, but I think it felt weird at moments, and I liked the whimsical nature of the world, but I also felt like we didn't get enough clarity on the world, and I felt like we were just kind of thrown into this world, not really given context for the setting of the world. Does that make sense? And I know it's like more of a cozy romance fantasy situation, and it does have some triggers. I would definitely like check those. One is like gunshot wounds and potential passing of a love interest, kind of. I don't know how to warn that, but yeah, there's a lot here. But we follow Mercy, who is an undertaker, and this is a man's business. It is passed son to son. And then it is following Hart, who is I don't remember what he was called, a marshal or something, and like they go out and hunt these things called dredges. It's weird. It's kind of ambiguous what they're doing. It feels very like zombie-esque, I guess would be the way I would phrase it. But it's like a weird Western world, kind of, if that makes sense. Like a Western movie setting almost is how I envisioned a lot of it. and they have never liked each other. They just did not hit it off well the first time they met, and end up having secret pen pals. Very You've Got Mail. It is based off of You've Got Mail. The second book's going to be When Harry Met Sally, supposedly. And it felt like a weird near direct rip of You've Got Mail at times, and then also like almost not inspired by, but like this is basically You've Got Mail in another font, if that makes sense. Like somebody said there was direct line copies. I was listening, so like I wasn't paying that much attention to some bit. Like I was paying attention, but I wasn't like, it didn't like click in my brain as much as when I was like reading some people's reviews. So I really liked how this book grappled with loneliness personally. I found that really enjoyable, and I liked that element of this book immensely. Like it really grappled with loneliness, feeling ignored by your family and your needs never being taken into consideration were key themes for both our main characters. And I liked that a lot. I think it was really well done. And then like I also felt like some of the reveals around the pen pal stuff could have been handled better and done a little differently. I think there just could have been slightly better resolutions than what Hart ended up doing to resolve some things. I just like, I'm really torn on this book. Like parts of it I really liked. Parts of it I was just like, I don't know if I like this. So I'm thinking it's like a 3.5 for me, maybe a 3. I'm not sure. Like I'm really torn. I did get an ARC of this through Libro FM though, through their ARC program, their audio listening ARC program. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what I think of this book. Like I said, there are parts of it I really like. I was discussing it with some friends, and they were talking about how it kind of feels like a romance written for non-romance readers, and I can see that element, but it also just feels like a blend of romance and the current cozy fantasy trend, which I do like. Like that's not a critique. Like it's just, I don't know, it's a weird mix. I liked it, and I had things I didn't like. But I'm also like not totally turned off this author's writing. I would probably try the sequel. But yeah, I think the themes explored in the book itself were like fantastically done. And I just think some of the couple stuff in the relationship didn't click for me fully. But yeah, it is a tall heroine and a tall hero though. So if you're looking for that, it might be a good option. And if you're looking for a spooky read in October, I think it's a good option. Like it does fit the bill. But yeah, I think communication was a big issue in the book, and that might have been my struggle. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to read Pumpkinheads on the couch in a minute, and that will be my final read of the readathon, and then we'll wrap you up for the whole thing when I get downstairs in a bit and I'm done with that book.
Restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy we go.
I can't tell if that's better or worse. I guess it's better. I don't know. I might be a little dark in this clip, y'all. Okay, either way. We are here to wrap up Summerween. There is a sleepy Millie who just got loved on because I was trying to read this and she said no. So we took a 5-minute break and pet the dog and then finished this. Pumpkinheads. So I mostly wanted to read this after Ashley wrote Bookish Realm, read it for our Goodreads challenge that we did, and was like, this is terrible. And you know what? I had to know. Like, I just wanted to know because it is pretty popular. It has a high rating on Goodreads. And what I feel like happened is people who don't read graphic novels read this and were like, oh, it's whimsical. It's weird. It's whatever. It's what graphic novels should be. Y'all, there are so many better graphic novels than this one. I'm giving it a 2. I think maybe a 2.5. Like the art's it's fine. The art's stunning, like absolutely stunning. This is no critique of the art. My critique is of the story, because it made no sense. They go on an adventure around the pumpkin patch they've worked at for 4 years to find the girl he's had a crush on since orientation and never talked to. And then he decides, listen, I'm spoiling it. If you don't want spoilers, I'll put a timestamp. I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to be very long. He decides at the end that she wasn't who he thought she was because he never freaking talked to her. And he does talk to her and is like, oh. And then he runs down his friend Deja and is like, I'm in love with you. Sir, no. Absolutely not. And then they agree to date. And I'm just like, excuse me? Excuse me? This makes no sense. It would have made more sense for him not to meet her and be like, you know what, actually, I think it's you I've liked all along, and that's why I've loved working with you and all this stuff. No. No. But two, I also need to note that this book has just like fat shaming randomly on one panel, and I was just like, why is this here? This didn't need to be here. Like, why? So yeah, not great. I'm gonna trade it back into the bookstore, to be honest with you, because I got it really cheap because I just have not been able to get it digitally from my library, and just decided like, I'm probably gonna read this. I'm just curious. You know, after Ashley's rating and review of it, I was like, I kind of want to see for myself. Because like her, I've been reading graphic novels in visual formats for a long time now. So I always think it's interesting to see what like the non-readers of that genre think of things. So yeah, it's the end of Summerween. We have officially finished 4 books, which I'm very happy about. I wanted to read more, but I also was reading other things during this because I had to for other commitments I have, which is chill. Like, it's no biggie. I do have a couple books still marked down from y'all's recommendations that I'm going to try and get to in October, hopefully. Like some spooky books that I had recommended to me that I would like. I would still like to read Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. And I also still really want to pick up Hide and Seek. It's called, one of y'all recommended me, and I thought that cover gave me the jeebies, like the heebie-jeebies a little, but I'm excited for it at the same time, so I will be picking that up at some point. But yeah, this was really fun. As always, I love Summerween. It just makes me kind of switch up my reading a little bit, which is always quite nice personally, as somebody who tends to like really stick in their genre. I mean, I do step out, but like I tend to read like two very specific. But yeah, this was really fun. If you didn't participate or you don't want to tell me what book you loved or hated, you can always tell me the one you hated. We're a space here for all things. If you don't want to do that, leave me a spooky emoji of your choice. So bat, pumpkin, ghost. Give me your fave. There will be plenty of Halloween hunting in my vlogs coming up the next 3+ months probably, because I will be... Now it's a nightscape, so darkened. Oh my god. Anyways, I will be obviously Halloween hunting in my regular vlogs and, you know, just continuing on with life. So I hope y'all enjoyed this one. I will be back in just a few days with another video for you, as well as, honestly, a little under a week from today. Well, actually a week from today will be the main day of it, but sprinting for 24-ish hours to do a little fun readathon challenge. So if you want to join us, you can do that as well. I'll have links to everything for you down there, as well as links to my friend anywhere on the internet, and I'll talk to you all in a few days. Bye.
Packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for.